What's up, guys? It's Damp, and I have Izzy again, who's back, and we got some requests from you all on revisiting the Dodo farm and how to build it and what it looks like. So, Izzy and I are going to do some testing to see if it still works, all the same features, and give you some hints for the new content and how you can kind of add on to your farm and um, uh, bring farming a little more productive within some of the new content they've released. So, I'm going to send it over to Iz. Hi, Iz.
Hiya, thank you very much. So yeah, we thought it would be a really good idea to show people how we made it, just because it's not always obvious just from looking. So I'm going to put it in this location over here, if you want to turn around. So I'm going to start with obviously the foundations. I'm going to make it slightly bigger than the one I had in the last one, just because, bigger is always better. So yeah, this is going to make up the little hut at the back where you put all of your
Compost.
yes, thank you, compost bins. So I think I'm going to make it 3 wide because that fits, I think, in the best space. So yeah, the one in the video is 2 wide. You can literally make it as big as you want. You can scale it to as big as you want. I don't think it matters. So if we go for the walls now, I think that would be the best. So we did the walls up too high, obviously so that you could get high enough onto the top to get the ramps down. If I do all the bottom one, you're not stuck back there, are you?
No.
Brilliant. So we'll do the second one, second layer now, all the way along. And then I'm going to stick the ceiling on the top. Get it in the right place. Always difficult with the snapping tool on this, because it snaps into places you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you one of these will go wrong at one point. Right, there we go. And the last ceiling. Brilliant. So I always do the ceiling first, because then you can come down with the ramps from the ceiling. So we go for the first set up here, and then you should be able to just do that. So you attach it to the bottom of the previous ramp. It should just clip to it or snap to it. Like, oh, yeah, there you go. There's one wrong.
I heard the sound. Nice.
I'm going to leave it there because it's going to be useful anyway.
Yeah.
But I'll just go and grab some more because that was my last ramp. So I shall go grab that. Obviously, I prepared all my materials earlier. So, right, there we go. Let's try that one again.
Okay.
Yeah, brilliant. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to need to put a third layer of ramp down there because if you look, it's not right at the bottom. And we want to make it as easy as possible for the dodos to actually get themselves up this hill. So there's one. Sometimes they can be a bit fiddly about whether they stick into a location. So these ones are showing red for me at the moment. Sometimes if you move around, it'll change its mind, but it looks like these ones are deciding they don't want to go there, which is obviously unhelpful. But we'll see what we can do a bit later. We might just have to all lead them up that one corner, but that should be fine. So that's kind of the basis of what you're going for. I'm just going to go grab some more walls because we've put some walls at the top, which does help make sure that your dodos don't wander away. So I'm going to grab some more walls. We jump up to the top of here, and I've got a plan for up here as well for adding in. So I was thinking we've got the new dinosaur, the oviraptor, which is quite difficult to tame because you can only tame it using eggs. The bigger the better, basically. So if you've got some big dinosaur eggs, then you can feed it to it and it'll essentially tame really fast. And the oviraptor, why you'd want it, is it basically speeds up the egg laying in basically any other dinosaur. So I've got one which I can show you guys a bit later. But the only way that it works is it has to be set onto wander. which of course can be really unhelpful if you want it to basically attach to a specific group of dinosaurs. So the way I've dealt with that so far is I just basically put loads of stones in it so it couldn't walk off. But there is now the new material, which is the cage, which is the new engram, which everyone can make the cage. So basically, you could put your oviraptor behind here or on top of here in a cage, which would then enable you to cage the oviraptor so that it could be set to wander, but only within that specific location, which could then make all of our dodos lay eggs faster. That's the plan.
What level's the cage?
I don't know 100%. Let me see if I can quickly have a look. It's in the same area as kind of wooden shield and compass and stuff, so I think it's probably going to be about 15, maybe 20. So you'd have to it would have to be kind of, you want to set this up and then add to it, through time, basically.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to get some compost bins. I'm also adding some feeding troughs into this because I have noticed that if they are feeding or eating more, they have a higher chance of pooping, which means obviously a higher chance of an egg. So that's, I'm going to add some feeding troughs to the whole scenario as well. So let me put the compost bins down first. To put them in a decent placement. We'll put you there, and we shall put another one here. Again, placement really is kind of up to you, because it doesn't really make any difference to the actual way that it works. But it's just whatever makes the most sense for you, I guess. And then I'm going to put 2 outside, on the side, if I can get it to work. No. Okay, we'll try the other side. I think the most important thing is keeping the base of that ramp clear, because a lot of the eggs are going to fall through into that location. So you want to make sure that they're not going to become difficult to pick up, basically. That's all right. I'll just leave them there for now, because I can't actually find anywhere else to put them. So we'll just leave those 2 for now. Obviously, 1 is all you need, but if you have more, you can make compost faster, so it's always a good idea to use more than you need, really. So as a basis, that's kind of the entire thing completed, really. There's not a lot more required to it. I'm going to put down a feeding trough. I'm going to put it at the top, just because there's space up here, and the area of effect of feeding trough is actually pretty high. So I'm just going to put this guy in the middle here.
So one thing to note, guys, is, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. One thing to note is you really want to make sure it's a flat space, just because Izzy already has this beautiful base over here with this sweet-ass bridge and everything. We didn't really want to get it in the way, but the more flat the area, the easier it is to get like the clipping to deal with and be able to put things where you want them. So we're just doing this to kind of test it out. But yeah, go ahead, Iz.
Yeah, definitely, and it probably, if it had been a bit flatter, would be able to get those extra ramps down there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, location picking is always important. All right, so I've got 2 dodos which I did tame very recently, which I was going to use to see if we can make them climb up the ramp. So if these guys are going to catch up to me eventually.
That waddle, though.
Yeah. I would advise you do it kind of 1 or 2 at a time, just because you can more fine-tune it. You can make sure that you know where they all are, and I like to overshoot it, because they once you get close to them, obviously they stop. So I tend to overshoot to make sure I get them in one location, and then I'll do the other direction. So don't try and do too much at once. They don't like going around corners particularly. And then as soon as they're in the location you want, you press U. So obviously those 2 have now stopped in that kind of location. I'm going to put some berries in this feeding trough, and hopefully...
Now we wait for that sweet, sweet poop.
Or an egg. It could be either.
Or an egg.
Both are good. And obviously, yeah, depending on where you are and what you want more of, you can theoretically not put an oviraptor in there, or you can. It's obviously completely up to what you want. Both have their uses. Obviously, I swear by the eggs at the beginning of the game because they're so much easier to get, and they do weigh a fair amount, but they last longer than berries do, so I think it's worth the trade-off for it. So yeah, I think the only other thing I was going to do was show you guys my Oviraptor, which does mean I'm going to have to take you on a magical journey because you can't get there by foot.
Okay.
All right. So if you grab my bird. Okay. Get a lovely view of all my base.
I can't wait for the stables video.
Yep.
They're gonna love that. If they like the
Working on
Dodo
it.
Fort, the stables
Right.
video is awesome.
So there's my dodos.
Oh, hello.
So I'm not
Excuse me.
bringing those ones over because it would take ages, because as I said, there's no way by foot. And if you look at Molly here
Hi,
is
Molly.
my Oviraptor. So they look very similar to Dilophosaurus's when you can see them in the distance, but they've got that crest on their head, and they don't attack you. So if you want to try and tame them, they'll run away. So as you can see, all of the dinosaurs in this area have that beating egg, which is because this Oviraptor is currently making them lay eggs a lot faster. And as I said, if you look in its inventory, it's just stuffed full of stuff, so it can't move.
Good idea.
Because obviously, yeah, with the wandering, that's the only way that the special ability will work. And I've been getting a decent amount of eggs from these guys. There's one down here, in fact, already. Just a tip as well, if you are on the ground with your dodos and you're finding it difficult to get the eggs, I tend to find if you crouch or actually lie down completely, you become at a better level to be able to pick them up. So it's a lot easier to pick them up. Other than that, I mean, you can see this Stegosaurus has also laid an egg. It's insane the amount of eggs I get in this area just because of this Oviraptor. It's very effective. But as I said, you do need to be a fairly high level, or at least have a decent amount of eggs already to be able to tame one, because that's the only way you can tame it. So, if we do a jump back, we can go see if we've got any poop.
Okay.
Oh, missed you.
I might need more room.
You're slippery.
Not much of a clearing around here.
Well, I got a dodo.
Here,
Do you want to
I'll
move
over
to
here.
a more spacious area? Brilliant. Run back this way. And I think I've got a cage that I was going to put at the back of the scenario, because it's basically going to be... Have you got anything? Sorry, I got distracted there.
I heard something, but that may have been myself. I heard
Let
a
me go
noise.
grab the cage. Yeah, so for future reference, for when I get another Oviraptor, I think I've got a cage in here. Nope, I'll just have to make one, that's fine. So,
Maybe if I force feed him?
you can give it a go. If you've got any stim berries, you can try force feeding them to those, because I've heard that they help sometimes. I'm not entirely sure how true that is, as I haven't been able to test it, but I have been told if you force feed them, they
There
poop
we
more.
go.
There's one.
Laxative.
So
Straight
yeah,
laxative.
stim berries work. So if you need them quickly, just force feed them stim berries.
I think that
So-
was the one I gave him to.
So the poop still rolls down. So that's going to be really, really easy for
Confirmed.
picking up your poop. The only possibility is it might get stuck on other dodos. So if you try and make it longer, then you might be able to get more effective rollage. Right, yes, I was going to make a cage for you guys. Okay, I need a bit more wood. and then I'm going to put it at the back. And I think I'm going to make a door as well, so that we can get to it. This is just what I do. I make things look pretty. You don't have to do it like this at all. But I prefer to make it like that.
So there is another one, and they both rolled down. So it is confirmed that it still works. We got some feedback on the other YouTube channel, or on the YouTube channel, the last video, that basically people were saying, I can't get it to work, I can't get it to work. So that's how it works. Occasionally we've seen stuff drop between the ramp, but not lately. You haven't had that happen lately, right? That was like a while ago.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it as much. They do tend to, I think when they tried to fix the general clipping through the bottom of stuff, it kind of helped with that. But even if that's the case, then that's why we've left most of this empty. So you should be able to come underneath it anyway. So regardless as to whether it clips through or not. So yeah, I've put the cage in the back here, ready for my oviraptor.
Cool.
And I'm going to replace this one with a door. Yes, they are really good for keeping people in. You can knock them unconscious and put them in there. Don't get any ideas though. There we go. I'm going to put a door in. Other than that, the only thing I wanted to check was an egg from these guys, but I'm not sure we're going to get one in a suitable amount of time. Oh no, here's an egg. Cool.
There we go.
Yep, we've got an egg up here. So the eggs don't roll down, but obviously they're all in a relatively easy location.
Well, that's even better because it allows them to keep them sorted. I think it's easier to see there than it would be down in the grass. So.
Yeah, that's true because the eggs are a lot smaller. So I just picked that one up, and it's relatively easy. So yeah, I think that's a 100% success.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've got. I was going to possibly do another video later about the farming and going through how to do that because I haven't done it yet. But that'll be another video.
So yeah, that'll be probably the next video we do, guys. Is Izzy's building stables to focus on mating, and we'll kind of walk you through how to build that and what it looks like. It's just a large project, so it's going to take quite a while. But
you can look up there and give them a sneak peek. Literally that massive building on the corner.
It's kind of, I mean, it started. So you can see each couple has their own hotel room up there, and that's what started so far. So if you hang out for a little while, you will be able to see that video. We'll do it as soon as the stables are done. So thank you very much, Iz, for testing that.
That's all right, and I'm glad it all worked.
Good, yeah, it's awesome.
I've got to get some more dodos on here now.
Yeah, you probably have 300 over there anyway. So.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you later.